Scott checking in for Andy's Man Club, but I'm just doing my own little video today. I'm going to do a live stream in a bit for Monday night Andy's Man Club share, but I'm just doing this check-in. I wanted to do a short video to say about beating yourself up about things and living in the past. Too many people are living in the past and they're still going through the same thing year in and year out, punishing themselves for what they've done in the past. They can't let the past go. And I wanted to come along and say a little bit about it and stuff. This is, people will know I'm on about, people will know these. It's just for someone who I love dearest, and yeah, other stuff. You can't constantly punish yourself. I've been there, done that and got the t-shirt. You can't constantly punish yourself for what you did in the past. We all made fucking mistakes in life. Nobody's perfect. And if you can tell me what perfect is, then yeah, I'll listen, but there is no perfect. I'm telling you. Perfect doesn't exist. People aren't perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes in life. For God's sake. If nobody made mistakes, then the world would be a pretty shitty place, like. But yeah, you can't help what happened in the past. None of us can. We've all done things in the past we're not proud of, and we've lost people we love and stuff like that, but we can't really do nothing about that right now. You just can't change what's happened. I always say that. I lost my dog quite a few years ago now, and I always blame myself. What could I have done this? Could I have done that? And I really miss him. He's sat up there on the mantelpiece. I've got his ashes. He's my son. I always pray to him and everything. But I've come to learn that I can't keep living in the past. I can't keep punishing myself for things that have happened. I've lost close friends to mental health and suicide. And sometimes I was punishing myself for things like that. And it isn't a good thing. And I realised that what I was doing was wrong. I was hurting myself because I burned myself for what happened to these people, even though it wasn't out to do with me. I believed I could have done something more to save people and stuff, and it ain't true. There's nothing more that I could have done, and I realised that. But yeah, it really is tough. It's really tough when you're living in the past, but you've got to stop punishing yourself for what happened in the past. You've got to make the future, you've got to live the future. I know you've made mistakes, but you can't keep every year punishing yourselves for what you've done, boys and girls. People have made those mistakes, but now you've got to look to the future and think, yeah, I made mistakes in the past. Why am I still punishing myself for what I made the mistakes in the past? It's done, it's over, you can't change what you did. But hurting yourself, drinking yourself to death, all that stuff, doing your painkillers, drugs, whatever you do, can be anything. Whereas me, when I used to punish myself for the things I did, I didn't often do a lot of drugs and painkillers and stuff in the end. But I wanted to punish myself by hurting myself. I used to self-harm, I used to punch myself, stab myself with things, I used to make myself really hurt. I would make sure that I was in a lot of pain, because that was like punishing myself. To me, drinking and that was like, I got merry and all that and I excited, but it wasn't what I wanted to do, you know. It wasn't the sort of thing, and I realised, going to Andy's Man Club stuff and listening to other people's stories, I realised you can't always punish yourself. You can't always punish yourself for what's going on in life. Yeah, we've made these mistakes, but we've got to admit to ourselves, yeah, they've happened, but what can we do? Physically, there's no else you can do really in life. You can't just keep living each year the same every time. You just can't keep doing it. It's pretty stupid, to be honest. Honestly, you've got to start letting things go. It's hard work. You've got to start opening up to people and saying, right, I've done this for years. Same thing every year, and it gets too much. You've got to start saying to yourself, come on, boys and girls, why should I punish myself for something that happened in the past, you know? Everybody's made mistakes. We've all done something we're not proud of, but we've just got to learn that it isn't simple. Mental health, all that stuff, ain't simple, you know. But what can you do? Pain can be anything. I did write a poem about pain. What is pain? Pain can be the simplest thing as a fall over on your knee, losing a loved one, somebody dying, cutting yourself, burning yourself, being hit over the head by something. Pain can mean lots of things. Honestly, there's so much things pain can mean, but punishing yourself all the time for things that have happened in the past isn't going to make it any better. It's just going to make you painful. You've got to start changing. So this little video was just a quick one, just to say, for boys and girls that are going through a lot of pain at the moment, struggling, there's no need to struggle in life. There's no need to go through this pain and, you know, struggle. Talk to somebody, let people in, let your loved ones in, let the people that are trying to help you, let them in, talk to them. We're in 2023, man, we're not going to be judged these days. You can be anything you want these days. The LGBTQ community, or T or whatever community, you can be whatever you want, man. I can suddenly decide I want to be a bloody Teletubby, you know, dress as a Teletubby and go to work as a Teletubby, and they can't send me home, they can't do nothing about it. If I want to do cooking as a Teletubby, I can do cooking as a Teletubby. Because that's just who I am. And I can do that, because apparently this day you can be whatever you want. You can be a boy or a girl, man, woman. You can be whatever you are, whatever you're born. You don't have to be born that way. You can change it straight away. Strange world it is out there, but yeah. So, come on. This one's just to say, stop punishing yourself, guys, for the past, for the mistakes you've made in the past. Look to the future and change your mistakes. Try and think positive for the future. Give yourself credit. Put yourself forward and think, I've come so far. Why am I still doing this? In 2023. You can't do it forever. It's true, you can't do it forever. It's just, if people love you and people are trying to help you, let them in. Don't push them away. They're only trying to help you. They only want what's best for you, you know. So let people in, man. And stop struggling on your own, guys. If you've got to talk to somebody, find that right person you can talk to. And if you're a bloke, there's always Andy's Man Club. If you're a woman and you live in Hull, there's a First Ladies Club. And if you're struggling, there is mental health mates. Around the country, they have mental health mates where generally Sundays they go for walks. They generally go for walks and talks, and then they meet up at a pub for a quiet drink. You don't have to drink. You can drink whatever you want. You know, juice, all that, and then they have a walk and a talk. So, remember, it's okay to talk, guys. Don't struggle on your own, and don't stop punishing yourself for the mistakes you've made in the past. Because if you live in the past, you're never going to get to the future. You're never going to be able to have a future if you keep living in the past. That's my top tip for this week. And I think everybody needs to have a little look at themselves and think, if you are struggling, accept some help. And don't just sit there on your own thinking nobody cares, because people do. People do. Big shout out to everybody for the subscriptions and all that, and supporting the channel. I'm trying to get some videos out and stuff. I've just been a bit crappy with my toothache this week and stuff, but I'm going to go and do my live now. So take care, everybody. Look after your mental health. Stay strong. Scott Senior checking out. Look after that mental health, boys and girls.